Hey everybody, this is a Review Revolution coming back at you. Today we're going to take another look at, a look at the next figure in the Walmart exclusive Nemesis Marvel Legends. And no surprise, it is Daredevil. A true Marvel Legend if there ever was one. Taking a look at the pack, I recently read a set of reviews on some figures. It wasn't these, but I recently read some reviews of a wave of figures, and I read something I think is very true, and I don't know, for those of you who review figures, you guys probably know exactly what this means, and that is that when it comes to packaging, packaging that is new and interesting after the first one or two figures does start to become a little more, nah, been there, done that, by the third or fourth, or if that meaning the line. So, as cool as this kind of packaging is, I love the portraits on there, the Daredevil up in the top corner. As time goes on, as you review these, especially if you do them in order, they definitely seem to lose kind of their pizzazz. Now you'll see, this is the red Daredevil. He does come in this is actually the variant, the one that is supposedly the official one, is him in his brown and yellow. Which is kind of very Wolverine-ish kind of colors, if you remember Wolverine wearing the brown and yellow, the brown and orange. Somehow Daredevil to me, in the red with the horns and the 2Ds, that is the classic Daredevil. That is the one that I identify with and the one I like the best. On the back, we've got the other figures in the wave, of whom we've done Tigra, Punisher, Black Bolt, and we're on to Daredevil. Nova and Beast will be coming up. And then, of course, after that, we'll take a look at Nemesis. He is the fourth figure. And on his bio, it does say, somersaulting through the night air in a costume woven from the scraps of his murdered father's boxing robe, Daredevil seeks justice, seeks just one thing, justice. He scans the night-shrouded city with his phenomenal radar senses. He listens for the well-known heartbeats of his father's killers, men who walk free from the courtroom bought and paid for with mob dollars. Rendered fearless by the loss of everything he loves, he is a leaping, spinning form defying death with every move. No man is a more natural acrobat or athlete, and few are his equal in the martial arts. His discipline is so strong that as his soul roils in torment, his heart maintains the still quiet of a master fighter. Which is cool. I mean, Daredevil, probably, I'm kind of surprised they left it out there, but, Daredevil has the moniker of being the man without fear. And, I'm kind of surprised they left that out. That's such a common tagline for him. He always seemed to play second fiddle to Spider-Man, honestly, as far as being kind of the acrobatic kind of, spandex-clad hero. But I do like the way his stories seem to be very, kind of corporate, kind of, like it says, mafia and mob-like. I've always kind of liked those stories, Kingpin and everything. That's one of the things I really liked about the Daredevil series. And one of the reasons why I did actually like his stories regarding those characters more than, say, the Punisher. Because Daredevil was much more of a superhero, whereas the Punisher was a guy with a gun. But what we'll do is we'll take a few moments, we'll pop Daredevil out of the pack, and get a look at the figure. So, be right back. Alright everybody, now that we got Daredevil out of the pack, I have to say, this is probably the strongest character in this wave. So far, this is the one I like the best. For the most part, he is just like Black Bolt, just a male form. He's sculpted out of red plastic with lighter red on the gloves, the 2Ds, his belt, boots, and the holster for his nunchucks, which we'll get to here in a minute. Nothing too fantastic, nothing too spectacular, but then again, simple is exactly how the Daredevil looks. So I think that this is a really great interpretation. The biggest problem I have, and this seems to be consistent through the wave, so take it for what that's worth, but the face. The eyes are, of course, covered in red, as Daredevil should, but they really look to be more like eyes that weren't painted. They don't seem to be just kind of the covers over the mask that you would expect, or that you may know. The skin tone, very, very pale skin tone. Being on top of red plastic, just like Black Bolt, I'm guessing they just put heavy application on to keep it from bleeding through. But that aside, I mean, the paint, I mean, it doesn't pool, it doesn't run. It's actually, stays inside the lines, if you will. So it's pretty clean. His articulation is actually kind of funny. The head goes down, looks down, and then looks way up. I guess if you've got a building or something like that, some sort of diorama, he can look way up the building, or at least radar up the building. It does turn. The shoulders come all the way up and all the way around. Let's see here. Sorry about that. The torso, if you listen, has a little click in there, which really can help you get in some good poses. There is a turn at the bicep and a double jointed elbow. Now, I don't normally like double joints, period, but because this doesn't really distract from the figure, I'll leave it be. The wrist twists, and there's a hinge. And they're not molded open, like someone else I could mention, which I hate. There's a twist at the waist. The legs can come up, as well as out. He has a double jointed knee. Twist at the foot, and of course the hinge like the hand. So plenty of articulation, really good. He also has some sculpting on the bottom of his feet, which not all figures have. I just kind of noticed that. I always like it when they sculpt the bottom of the feet, because it's not something you normally see, but it's a nice touch, and something I definitely appreciate. I wish more companies would do that. Other than that, with Daredevil, we get the lower torso of Nemesis, which is going to be a lot of fun putting together, and his nunchucks. Now, I would have liked if his nunchucks would have actually kind of snapped together to form his cane, but such as it is, they fit either... Oops, and I dropped them. They fit either in his hand, like so. Not so impressive. Or, as I'll probably have them, in his little case. But again, a very good figure, a very good Daredevil, probably the best in the wave so far. Like I said before, if you're a Daredevil fan, this is probably one you're definitely going to want to get. He'll definitely look good with your next to a Spider-Man, or even next to Punisher. Being a kind of a street stalking hero, this is one that I certainly do like. But this has been the Review Revolution, taking a look at the Nemesis Wave, Walmart only Daredevil. Thanks a lot. Rate, comment, subscribe, join the revolution. I'll see you guys later.